Welcome to the inaugural Folsom Lake College Arts and Literary magazine. The class started late January 2020, and from the outset, we knew it was going to be challenging.
Very first day of class, I almost thought of quitting because I actually didn't show up to the first day of class. I missed the first day, but I came to the second class, and it was kind of overwhelming, the amount of ideas that were getting thrown out. I felt like I didn't have any strong ideas, and I didn't see any consensus coming. I kind of feel, I'm so glad I didn't, because
It said that there was some tension the first few days. I definitely felt that. I think a lot of people came in either feeling a bit egotistic or feeling like they maybe wouldn't fit in here just with their confidence in their work. But I think that leveled out as soon as we got into groups and got to know each other better.
I mean, for me, a lot of classes I've taken, a lot of people won't even approach me until the end of class. They're like, "Oh, you're such a nice guy," this and that. So for me, it was an opportunity to just get right in there and get to know people.
One semester to design, populate, edit, and publish a quality literary magazine on a small budget of just $1,500.
We had this huge vision. We didn't even know how it was going to completely come together. We just knew we liked the team that we were seeing. And we quickly, as we were even getting initial estimates, realized that what we wanted to do, we were going to need more than they were providing us with. 2, 3, 4 times as much. The surprise has been that these guys here have made that whole fear collapse, which has been awesome.
Professor Lacey actually brokered the meeting with the Senate and asked for volunteers to go. And I've done a lot of fundraising and selling and marketing stuff in my many years on this planet. So I've volunteered and was willing to go along. And I know Caitlin.
Yeah, I have a lot invested emotionally in this magazine, so I was like, I need to go. I need to put in whatever I can to help raise funds.
It's been a complete tap-in connection to the community, the campus community, the larger community. The Office of Philanthropy met with us, and we launched a page so we could have internal donations. We've raised well over 1,000 on there now, including from friends of yourself, myself, and a couple of people in the class. It's not that we want to pull out all the tricks and stops. We want this to be about the content, but we're getting some amazing content, a lot of which is in color, and we obviously want to do the artist justice, and having this budget allows us to do that. If there is residual, then congratulations to next year's issue. You have a starting budget that hopefully makes this less intense for you.
So our legacy will be to create the first one and give them some money to get the second one going. So,
a hand-picked team of motivated and creative students ranging in age from 18 to 68, led by a professor whose passion for the project infected us all.
Hi, my name is Professor David Lacey in the English department. I'm the instructor for the Literary and Art Magazine course at FLC. My role is basically kind of like the conductor, to hold the conductor wand and get everybody else to go Fantasia style into their groups and do their magic. That's my role. The biggest, I think the most helpful thing has been splintering everyone in groups and just say, do your thing. That might sound silly, but they individually are working, they're doing what they need to do. They're taking their time seriously. When I walk around the room, and these blocks go for almost 3 hours, folks are working on something.
we've already met a few times with this group, and some of us know each other from outside of class, and I feel like we've progressed really quickly as a group in terms of trusting each other. So that kind of happened again today, where everyone just kind of felt comfortable sharing how they really felt about poems.
I think as writers we share insecurities, and I think that has brought us together, and we have developed pretty quickly. I think we've developed a good rapport with each other and a trust with each other, and it makes me we missed class on Monday, and I was like, I want to go to Lit Mag and like talk to other writers and hear what Keith thinks about my paper, you know.
All do our own little thing, and then we convene to sort of decide what we liked, what we didn't like, and then what we've differed on in opinions.
Yeah, but I also think we have like a really good chemistry where like we read a piece and sometimes like we were just reading something and I was writing something down and she was just about to say what I was writing down, and it was like we had the same exact thought at the same time. So it's just kind of cool to be like working together and just seeing how like we kind of collaborate, I guess.
So I guess I became the leader of the art group by just being the person who checks my email the most. People started forwarding me the submissions, so I just figured, well, they're in my inbox, so I might as well be the person who's in charge of them.
I felt like we were all like group of friends, because it's not a very small group, but it's like a small group, and at the same time we all share our ideas, we basically talk, like we don't feel the pressure of being in a huge class.
We are a team from a variety of backgrounds and ethnicities, with a broad range of talents and experience. Rarely have I ever worked with a group so determined, dedicated, and hard-working. It would be tough, but we never for one moment envisaged anything less than a publication that would be of the highest quality, a magazine we could all be proud of.
I definitely think this is going to be a strong group given the experience that we have, and I think we all acknowledge that we are really new at this and it's going to be a learning experience for all of us. The only thing that's really stressing me out is the coronavirus and us possibly having to move online, because that's going to hinder our communication even more so than it already is. Personally, I'm just trying to figure out page counts, how we're going to format everything. I'm hoping to get some mock-ups started and kind of get a template for everything that's going to be coming in and start working on it hopefully pretty soon. We're in a very gray area right now in the beginning, but that's okay. I still think it's going to work out in the end. Fingers crossed.
Of course, we all know what happened. The COVID-19 virus devastated life throughout the world, wreaking havoc in its wake. The pandemic stopped business in its tracks, caused untold economic hardship, and interrupted all that was normal, indiscriminately punishing society at every level. Life was turned upside down. Tragic as the virus is at the time that I am writing this, I am struck by the words of Charles Dickens when he used the famous phrase in A Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. Despite the problems, we succeeded in producing this magazine for many reasons. Determination to overcome obstacles and difficulties, as we lost the last 2 months of our semester to separation.
Okay, the biggest thing that I wanted to say is that this magazine is still going forward.
Of course it is.
And while we have lost what feels like 6 weeks, it's actually only been about 1 week.
2 weeks, yeah.
But yeah, maybe a week and a half of real time.
The fact that we even got through it and we're here at this point feels like leagues ahead.
Yeah. I do worry that if too many of us start to slow down, then that's how everything will fall apart. And so the cool thing is, honestly, this core group, and others too who aren't even on here, are still really passionate about completing it. The Armageddon and apocalypse is not going to stop this magazine.
Generosity from donors in local government and local service organizations, fellow students, friends and family who believed in our work. Most importantly, the joy of working with each other, sharing ideas, friendship, and an overall sense of being part of a special community.
I think at first there was kind of this feeling of, I don't know how we're going to get this done from home without everything that we had available to us at school. And so there had to be a lot more effort put into like helping each other and supporting each other. And I think we definitely all stepped up to doing that, whether it was editing more or just like asking, hey, do you need something? Can I help you? And that was really cool.
Like we haven't had as much of that huge group bond, but I think little individual groups like with layout or like just editing in general, like we've come together in a way that I don't think we would have without this.
So having the option, even if it is only an option they don't always exercise, to come together with their classmates and joke around and discuss something that they're creating, I think it gives a sort of sense of purpose and returns that sense of normalcy to a spot where it wouldn't otherwise be.
We got a little bit closer too, because some days like that was really like my social interaction, like, oh, I haven't talked to anybody today. And it was so nice to like see everybody's faces, because even when we were in the classroom we were all kind of like separated out, but when we were all on Zoom, like, we all got to see each other, and that was kind of cool.
I truly believe this class will maintain friendships for many years because of our shared experiences and camaraderie.
I've never taken a class like this, and I'm probably never going to take a class like this again, and I'm just so grateful that I did.
During this experience has solidified the fact that I want to be a teacher again. I was a high school teacher almost 20 years ago now, and I've decided that I want to teach at the community college.
I'm very happy that I got to be involved, and it was great working with everyone that I got to work with.
I think I made a lot more friends in this class than I was expecting to. And I'm not super great at making friends. Like, I'm friendly, but I'm not great at making friends. So I really enjoy getting to know everybody and getting to stay in contact with people that hopefully I'm going to keep staying in contact with after all this is over and after this beautiful magazine is published.
This class, I think, was the first time I fully felt like immersed in college, what I had expected it to be, like what my vision of it was. And so I think that sums up why I like it so much. It's kind of it's everything that I had been looking for.
Shout out to the whole class and everyone who contributed and did submissions and all that stuff. Literally everybody.
Our magazine, its very existence, demonstrates the spirit and creativity of the class, the leadership of our professor, and the local partnerships we forged along the way. We are, therefore, proud to present to you the Parlay. We hope you enjoy our magazine,
and we wish you good health as we traverse the future together.
That's all.
I don't know the individual stories of. Is that recording? Yeah. Holy fuck. Yeah, he's not nervous.
What are these dogs' names? Aaliyah, what are the two dogs' names?
Lee and Lucky's over there.
Okay.
Oh, there's two dogs. I just saw the second dog.
And John,
Nice.
what's your dog's name?
Roxy.
Oh. Why am I not surprised that Brandon and John have pit bull mixes?
Hey, what's this?
They think I'm the what? They think I'm
The poetry god.
the poetry god.
Well, that's what we call you when you're not around. We say, what do you think poetry god is gonna think about this one? Will he christen this poem?
I think it's annoying and overkill. Put that on record. I think it's annoying and overkill. You don't need to shut down the school for all this.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this.
Like, being invited to this group.
I thought you were talking
I
about
love
the
you.
group itself. I was like, okay, I didn't realize we were overkill.
No, no,
I know.
you're fine.
In the latest movie, he died right at the end,
use the evil one.
Okay, first of all, Kylo Ren, but I actually didn't see the latest one yet, so thank you. Thank you.
I was gonna
So I guess Kylo's gone. Are you guys labeled in the same order? Is it Hernandez, Lacey, Spencer, JC all on the top?
No.
Yes,
Well,
for me.
it's Lacey, me, Spencer, JC.
I think it might be different. For
Lacey, me, Aaliyah,
We're all
Spencer.
Yeah, I think you're the second
We're
person.
all different. We're
Okay,
all
it's gonna be a
different.
clusterfuck. Never mind.
I just also want to point out, you know, despite how diverse our class was, like in all types of ways, we were all able to kind of bond together and find a common ground and build like this loving, just amazing thing, just all based off our common love for Nicolas Cage. So, you know,